Okay, let's start with the today's lecture. The subject name is Advanced Computer Networking. The the topic today we are going to cover. The first topic is data communication concepts. Myself, the Amit Singh, the assistant professor in the Department of Computer Applications. Now let's start with the first topic. Uh, okay, before moving to the topic, first we are going to discuss the objectives. What are the objectives? Objectives means after the completion of this course, what will you get? What will you get the knowledge from this course? After going through this subject, the students will able to, the first is understand the concept of computer networking. That word is computer networking. Understand the different protocols, the number of protocols they are used in the networking. We are going to go through with all these protocols one by one. Learn the concept of network routing through the algorithms. The concept is network routing. Routing means the route which the packets can be followed, and these can be discussed later on this subject. Understand the concept of ad hoc networks. What is ad hoc networks? How it is created? What are the benefits of ad hoc network? Why we create the ad hoc network? All these. In the last, learn and understand the wireless communication systems. What are the wireless systems? How the communication can be done in the wireless systems? The best example is we are using the cell phones. They are the example of the wireless systems, and we can communicate with each other with the help of cell phones, but the no wire is attached with these cell phones. Okay, clear? So let's start with the first concept. The first concept is the computer network. A computer network is a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over a digital interconnection for the purpose of sharing resources located on or provided by the network nodes. So, what do you mean by the computer networks? The basic and the simple example is whenever we are going to add more than one computer with each other, it becomes the network, because the network means whenever we have more than one entity. Suppose I have the five systems, I make the networking in these systems, it will become a network. The example is you have your WhatsApp groups. These are the networks. Networks means the number of peoples they are add in a single group. Once you send a message in that particular group, all the participants or all the members of that group, they all are receive the same message at the same time. This is called a network, means where a more than one entity is there. Clear? So computer networks means whenever we are going to join the more than one system, or we are making the networking between more than one system, it will becomes the network, and that networks belongs to the computers. So it is called the computer network. And what is the benefit of computer networks? We all know whenever a number of systems, if they are on the network, we can share the data. We can share the data from one system to the other system, as shown in your computer labs that are displayed in that are in your college campus. The number of systems are there, they are internally connected with each other. So what we can use, we can simply send the data from one system to the other system. If the number of systems they are on the network, what it means, from any system you are able to fetch the data from all other systems. The data that is available on all the systems, that can be accessible by any one of the system. This is called the computer networks. Clear? The next is the data communication concepts. What is a data communication? It is a combination of two things. The first is data, and the second one is communication. Now I am telling something, you are hearing that. This is called the communication. I tell something towards your side, you give revert back the answer towards me. This is called the communication whenever we are talk with each other. But what we are communicating, we are communicating number of words, and these words are called the data. So this is called the data communication. What it means, whenever we are sending whenever we are sending anything from one system to the other system, this is called the communication. This is called the data communication. Suppose in the today's morning I send you the link of this class that you can join your class at 9:15. I send some data towards you. This is called the data communication. Some data that is communicated from my cell phone to your cell phones. Clear? So let's discuss the definition of data communication. The data communication refers to the exchange of data between the two or more networked or connected devices. Either these devices are networked, means a computer network is there, or these devices can be connected with each other. These devices must be capable of sending and receiving the data over a communication medium. Examples of such devices include personal computers, mobile phones, laptops, etc. What it means, what is data communication? Whenever we are exchanging some data, suppose I send you some messages on your WhatsApp, you receive these messages and you give back revert towards to me. So what will be happen? I send some data towards you, you send some data towards me. What it means, there is an exchange of data. I send some data, you receive that data, you revert back with some data. This is called the data communication. Or the simple way, whenever in a class we are delivering a lecture, I'm telling you something, you are hearing that, and if you have any query, you raise your hand, you put your queries towards to me. What it means, the exchange of data. I tell you something, you tell me something. This is called the exchange of data. In the computer networks, whenever we are using our cell phones, we are using our laptops, or we are using our personal computers, whenever we are sending mail, we are sending some document in the PDF form, the doc form, Excel form, or the PPT form, we are exchanging some data. And this process is known as the data communication. This is called a data communication. Now, the next, the data communication means, we all know what is data communication. Now, how the data communications can be occur? We have the two transmissions through which the data can be traveled from one system to the other system. The first one is digital transmission. What is digital transmission? Digital transmission is the transmission of signals that vary discretely with time between the two values of some physical quantity. One value representing the binary number 0 and the other representing the binary number 1. What it means, we are sending some data. If the data, they are using the digital transmission, or with the help of digital transmission, the data can be traveled from one end to the other end. They are using the two binary values. The data can be represented either in the form of 0 or either in the form of 1. Next, you will see the image of this digital transmission, then it's easy to understand. The, sorry. The digital signals are commonly used in communication systems where digital transmissions can transfer over point to point or point to multi point transmission channels. Now, what it means, point to point means when one system sending the data and other system receives the data. Point to multi point means when one system sends the data and number of systems they are receiving the data. This is called point to point or point to multi point. Suppose whenever I am talking with a single student, it is called a point to point transmission. Whenever I am delivering a lecture to a complete class, means you are the number of students are there, then it is called the point to multi point transmission. Clear? For example, such as the copper wire, optical fiber, wireless communication media, storage media, or the computer buses. These are the examples of the transmission media. What is transmission media? Suppose I am giving the lecture, you are receiving that lecture on your cell phones. What is transmission media means, how, what I am saying, that how you can receive that, you can receive all the data from wireless medium. The no wire is there. If you are using the laptops, or you are using the your personal computers, then the internet wire is connected with your system, and that internet wire is connected to the main hub, and then to the internet service providers. This is called the wired internet. As number of your number of students, they are having the internet connection at their home, or the best example is you are using the cable TV. The wire is connected with your system, the TV, and that other side, that wire is connected to the port, and that port where the number of wires are coming from outside. This is called the wired. Means the data can be traveled through the wires with the help of wires. And wireless means, the best example is cell phones. We are using our cell phones, you are calling your friend, but no wire is connected with your cell phone. This is called the wireless transmission. The no wire is connected with the device, but still the device is able to receive and to send the signals. So this is called the digital transmission. Next, or this is the example, or you can see, if the question is there, how the digital transmission can be represented. We have the two values, the amplitude refers at how the powerful signal is, and the time, with respect to the time, the number of signals are there. And at the every time, you see, only there are the two values, either the value is 0, and at the value is 1. Look at here, the 0 is there. How, when, why the 0 is there? Because whenever the signal is low, look at here, the signal is low, the value is 0. Whenever a signal is high, this is high, the ratio is there, the high, this is the 1. Again the signal is low, automatically 0 is there. Again the signal is low, the 0 is there. The signal is high, the 1 is there. Next, the signal is low, here the value is 0. So what it means, we can represent the signals in this form. Either if we are sending the data with the help of digital transmission, so what it means, every time, either the value of your signal is 1 or the value of your signal is 0. When the value is 0, whenever a signal is low, like here the signal is low. Whenever a signal is high, here the signal is high, again the here the signal is high. Look at your screens, the signal is high, so 1 is there. Whenever a signal is low, the value is 0. This is all about the digital transmission. And the second one is analog transmissions. Analog transmission is a transmission method of conveying information using a continuous signal which varies in amplitude, phase, or some other property in proportion of that information. Now, what are the analog transmissions? The analog transmission is where the continuous signals are there, and they can change into they can varies into the amplitude. Varies in amplitude means the amplitude remains changed by the with respect to the time. That is not happened in the case of digital transmission. I show you the diagram of digital transmission. Look at here, only the two values. Either the signal is low, then point the 0 is there. If the signal is high, you can write the 1 is there. But in the case of analog transmission, the regular transmission is there. They can varies into the amplitude. So what it means, the continuous values are there. Analog signals are commonly used in communication systems that convey, where the analog signals can be used whenever you convey a voice, whenever you convey a data, whenever you convey a number of images, the signal, or the video information using a continuous signals. The one thing that is clear, in the case of analog signals, the continuous signals are there. The continuous means, suppose I give you the range from 0 to 10, and you have to pick any number. What will be happened, either you pick the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What it means, you have an option. These are the continuous value. At that time the value should be the 0, at very next time the value will be the 7, at next time the value will be the 10, next time the value will be the 2. What it means, the values can be vary from 0 to 10. These are called the continuous signals. That only can be happen in the case of analog transmission. There are the two basic kinds of analog transmission, which are both based on how They adapt data to combine an input signal with a carrier signal. We have the two different techniques where we can merge the data and sends the data whenever you are using the analog transmission. Now the next, this is the diagram. Now the two things are the remains the same. The amplitude is at the left side and time is at the right side. Now the difference is, what is the difference? The difference is, you can see the wave. Look at here, see the wave, they are coming upwards, they are coming downwards, upwards, downwards. These are the continuous signal. Suppose, look at your screen, suppose if the value is 0, always the value is 0 at this side, at this point, the positive values at the upper side, the negative values at the lower side. Now you can feel, whenever the wave is start at there, start at the 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the values, they raise towards to the upward, then come downwards, then come at the 0 level, then goes to the negative side, then again ups to the positive side. What it means, a continuous wave is there. The values of the signals, they are changing with respect to the time, but that can't be happened in the case of digital signals, because in the case of digital signals we only have the two things, either the value is 0 or the value is 1. Clear? Next, now this is all about the signal transmissions. We have the two signal transmissions, analog and digital. Now the next concept is the modem. What is modem? If you have the internet connection in your homes, then the modem is displayed over there. Basically, first we can discuss the definition of the modem, then we discuss what is modem. A modem modulates and demodulates electrical signals sent through the phone lines, coaxial cables, or other types of writing. In other words, it transforms the digital information from your computer into the analog signals that can transmit over wires, and it can translate incoming analog signals back to the digital signals. So what it means? It means the modulation, it can perform the two things, modulation and demodulation. What it means? Modulation means whenever it can convert the analog signals to the digital signals, or the digital signals to the analog signals. We already heard about the what are the analog signals and what are the digital signals. So what it means, the modem is a process, or modem is a device which can demodulates the electric signals sent to the phone lines, or it can modulate the digital signals to the analog signals. We can convert a signals from one state to the other state with the help of modem. Now, this is the diagram of the modem. If you have the internet connection in your homes, now look at here. The internet is there. Internet means the internet service provider, ISP, anyone. Either the this is the internet office. Either it belongs to the Geo, Vodafone, BSNL, MTNL, anyone. A connection is comes towards to the internet directly with our modem. A modem is placed over there, the signals they can receive by the modem, and then we have the router. A router means which can select the route for the internet to follow this route and reached at this particular place. Now we have the two different systems, they are connected, the computer 1 and the computer 2. So what it means, we have the two systems, they both the systems, they are connected with the router, and router's main work is to give the route to that internet, but the signals can be received by the modem. The modem receives the signals and sends next to the number of systems. Clear? So I think the concept of the modem is clear through this diagram. Now the next, now we come to know about what is modem. It performs the two operations, modulation and demodulation. Now the types of the modem. We have the number of types of the different modems are available. Now discuss one by one. Let's below are the four versions of computer modem found in the computers. Now it can categorize the types of computer modem into the four different categories. The first is onboard modem. Modem built onto the computer motherboard. These modems cannot be removed but can be disabled through a jumper or CMOS setup. The first is the onboard. As the name implies, the onboard. Onboard means the modem that is placed on a board. And what the name of the board is? The motherboard. We have a motherboard in our cell phones, we have a motherboard in our laptops, and we have a motherboard in our personal computers. We have a motherboard, all the chips they are enabled on that board. The first example of the modem is the onboard modem. That particular modem is placed on the motherboard. Clear? Next, second, the internal modem. The modem that connects to a PCI, that is called the peripheral computer interconnect. PCI means you see the number of slots that are available on the CPU or the number of slots that are available in your laptops. We simply suppose you can insert a pen drive or you can attach a pen drive with your laptop or cell phone. What will be happened? We simply insert a pen drive in a place where a pen drive is enabled. So how we can place that pen drive, how the pen drive is read by the system? With the help of PCI, that are the slots. These slots are called peripheral component interconnect. Clear? And these slots inside a newer desktop computer or ISA. ISA means the industry standard architecture, where they can build a CPUs, a systems, that how many number of slots are there for pen drive, how many number of slots are there for the HDMI, how many number of slots there are for the SD card, and we can insert the CD player ROM or this. They can be decided by the ISA, that is called industry standard architecture. It is a 16-bit internal bus of IBM, or you can simply say a slot on the older computers. We have the number of slots as we discussed. We have a number of slots are there, and we simply insert a pen drive on that slot, and the pen drive is read by the system, and all the data that is available on the pen drive, that is displayed to us. Clear? So this is the second category of the modem, is called the internal modem. Now move further. The third one is the external modem. Modem within a box that connect to the computer externally. The external, that is not a part of your system but an external device, as shown in the diagram. Another a different device that is connected to the system, but that device is not a part of the system. Clear? uh, this is called the external modem.